Good morning, my dear students. Hope all are fine and safe too. So, from this class, we will finish the chapter quadrilaterals. I will not give you additional questions from this chapter, that is theorems and proof. Likewise, questions I will not give, but some problems are given. So, find the value for x if it is a parallelogram, and if one angle is given, you have to find the other angles. So, likewise, the questions I will give. It is for 1 mark questions only. From this chapter I will give, and the bigger mark questions, that is 3 mark, 4 mark questions, that are all from the textbook itself. That means the problems that you work out in the video sessions. Okay, 1 mark questions I will give you through the assignment, maybe through the WhatsApp. Okay, I will send the questions. You have to work out, and if any questions you have doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so where are we reached? Did you remember? Yes, midpoint and its converse of midpoint theorem. That is the last topic of this chapter. Okay, so what do you mean by midpoint theorem? Can you revise that? So please go through your notebook. What do you mean by the midpoint theorem or the state and prove midpoint theorem? Very important question. Sure question. Okay, that means that much important is that question. So you have to study the statement and proof completely. Can you say? Yes, a line drawn through the midpoint of two sides of a triangle is parallel to the third side and half of it. That is the midpoint theorem. Okay. Then what is the converse of midpoint theorem? Can you say? Please go through your notebook. What is the converse of midpoint theorem? Converse means if one side, some point P, okay, is a midpoint of one side of a triangle and is parallel to the third side, then the other side is the midpoint of the triangle. Okay, so that converse of midpoint theorem, that type questions we didn't discuss in the previous section. Only the problems based on what we discussed, midpoint theorem we discussed. So today we are discussing about the problems based on converse of midpoint theorem and midpoint theorem. That means in the same problem maybe asked for the two types, that is converse and midpoint, both will be asked sometimes, some questions. Okay, so we are discussing today about the converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, only 4 or 5 questions, that much only today's section. I think this is the first time that I will give you the shortest period, is it? That is previous 2 classes only 30 minutes I give, maximum 30 minutes, that much only. So today also not lengthier, 4 or 5 problems we are discussing today. Okay, so please listen carefully, because simple questions are there, but you have to think what is the midpoint, what is the converse, that points you have to discuss or points you have to know. So midpoint theorem means what? One triangle is there, two midpoints are there, you have to join that line. Okay, likewise you have to remember, not the full sentence, but you have to know the idea. So one triangle. Okay, then two midpoints. You have to draw a line joining these two midpoints. What happened? This line is parallel to the third side. This already we took as midpoint. So this line is parallel to third side and half of it. That much only the midpoint there. Then converse means what? One triangle is given and this is a midpoint. Okay, and when we are drawing a line parallel to that, means this line and this line are parallel, then it automatically, that is converse says that this will be the midpoint of this line. That is the what? Converse of midpoint. Did you got the idea? Here we want to prove parallelism, but in this question one point is the midpoint, or one side one midpoint and these lines are parallel, that also already given. We have to prove that the converse says that the third side or this will be the midpoint of that one. That much only. Okay, so whenever the question is asked to prove f is a midpoint of that side, likewise you have to apply the converse. Okay, when you have to prove it is parallel or half of it, likewise you have to apply midpoint theorem. That is the only difference between these two concepts. Clear ആയോ? എന്നിട്ട് പറയണോ? ഓക്കെ, അതായത് ഇത്രയേ ഉള്ളൂ. ഒരു ട്രയാങ്കിൾ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ എത്ര സൈഡ് ഉണ്ട്? 3 സൈഡല്ലേ ഉള്ളത്. അതിൽ 2 സൈഡിന് മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ആ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു ലൈൻ വരച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, അങ്ങനെയുള്ള കേസ് അത്രയാണ് സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുക, ഇതും പാരലൽ ആയിരിക്കും. അതായത് ഇത് ഓൾറെഡി നമ്മൾ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ആയിട്ട് എടുത്തില്ലേ, ബാക്കി വരുന്ന ഈ ഒരു സൈഡ് അല്ലേ, അപ്പൊ ഈ രണ്ട് ലൈൻസ് പാരലൽ ആയിരിക്കും. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ഈ ഒരു ലൈനിന്റെ ഹാഫ് ആയിരിക്കും ഈ ചെറിയ ലൈൻ. അതായത് ഇതിനെ നമ്മൾ കട്ട് ചെയ്ത് ഇങ്ങനെ വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത്രയും പോർഷനേ വരുള്ളൂ. ഇത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തരം. കോൺവേഴ്സ് എന്ന് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് ഇത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ, ഒരെണ്ണം മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ആണ്, ഒരു സൈഡിൽ ഒരു പോയിന്റ് മിഡ് പോയിന്റും ആണ്. നമ്മൾ ജസ്റ്റ് ഒരു ലൈൻ വരയ്ക്കുകയാണ്. ഓക്കെ, ഏതിന് പാരലായിട്ട്, ഈ ബേസിന് പാരലായിട്ട് ഒരു ലൈൻ വരയ്ക്കുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അതേ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് എന്താ സംഭവിക്കുക, ഇതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഈ ലൈനിന്റെ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ആയിരിക്കും എന്നാണ് കോൺവേഴ്സ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് ആണെന്ന് പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി എപ്പോഴും മിക്കവാറും നോർമൽ കേസ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് ഏതാണ്, കോൺവേഴ്സ് ഓഫ് ദ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തിയറമാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അല്ലാതെ പാരലലിസമോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഹാഫ് ആണെന്നോ അങ്ങനെയൊക്കെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ പാരലോഗ്രാം ആണെന്നൊക്കെ പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടി നോർമൽ ഏതാണ് മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തിയറമാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ ബേസിക് കൺസെപ്റ്റ്സ് ഓഫ് ദിസ് തിയറം. അപ്പോൾ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് 3 വീഡിയോയിൽ മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തിയറം എന്താണെന്ന് കോൺവേഴ്സ് എന്താണെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഇനിയും എക്സാമിന് മാർക്കില്ല എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ ഇമ്പോസിഷനായിരിക്കും തരിക. 40 ടൈംസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ 50 ടൈംസ് ഇമ്പോസിഷൻ തരും ഈ തിയറം, ഷുവറാണ്. കാരണം 3 വീഡിയോയിൽ കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് ആയിട്ട് വിത്ത് വീഡിയോ ആപ്ലിക്കേഷൻ എല്ലാം ഞാൻ 2 വീഡിയോയിൽ ഇട്ടിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഈ വീഡിയോയിൽ ഇടുന്നില്ല, കാരണം ഈ വീഡിയോ ഓൾറെഡി ഞാൻ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തു, മലയാളത്തിൽ തന്നെയാണ് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തത്. ഇതിൽ കൂടുതൽ എക്സ്പ്ലനേഷൻ ഇതിൽ പറ്റത്തില്ല. അപ്പം അത്രമാത്രം ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഷുവറായിട്ടും മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തിയറും അതിൻ്റെ സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെൻറ്റ് പ്രൂഫ് ഒരു വേർഡ് പോലും തെറ്റാതെ പഠിച്ച് എക്സാം എഴുതിക്കോണം. ഓക്കെ, വെറുതെ കോപ്പി ചെയ്യാനല്ല, കോപ്പി ചെയ്താൽ മനസ്സിലാവും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് കോപ്പി ചെയ്യല, പഠിച്ച് എഴുതി പഠിച്ച്. കാരണം ഞാൻ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് അധികം ബേർഡൻ ഒന്നും തന്നിട്ടില്ല, ഹോംവർക്ക് ഒന്നും തന്നിട്ടില്ല ഈ ചാപ്റ്ററിൽ നിന്ന്. അപ്പം കഴിഞ്ഞ ഒരു ലെസണിൽ മാത്രം ഒരു ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ ഹോംവർക്ക് വന്നു, അല്ലാതെ ഈ ചാപ്റ്ററിൽ നിന്ന് ഹോംവർക്കേ തന്നിട്ടില്ല. ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ സിമ്പിൾ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഉള്ളൂ, നിങ്ങൾ ചെയ്യാവുന്ന ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് മാത്രമേ ഹോംവർക്കായിട്ട് തന്നിട്ടുള്ളൂ. ഇല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇത് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്തതായിരിക്കും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നിങ്ങൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് മാർക്ക് പോകണമെന്നില്ല, എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മിസ്സാക്കരുത്, ആവാൻ പാടില്ല എന്ന് ഓർത്തിട്ടാണ് ഞാൻ അങ്ങനെ ചെയ്തത്. അപ്പം അത്രമാത്രം എല്ലാം സ്പൂൺ ഫീഡിങ് പോലെ എല്ലാ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനും ആൻസറും തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് ഈ ചാപ്റ്ററിലെ പ്രോബ്ലംസിൽ, എല്ലാ അതിൻ്റെ സൊല്യൂഷൻസ് തന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് കമ്പൽസറി ആയിട്ട് മിഡ് പോയിന്റ് തിയറം, സ്റ്റേറ്റ്മെന്റ് ആൻഡ് പ്രൂഫ് പഠിച്ചിരിക്കണം. ഓക്കെ, സോ വിൽ മൂവ് ടു ദ first question. So please listen here. Okay, so please take your textbook, page number 149, example 8. Okay, L, M and N are 3 parallel lines intersected by the transversal P and Q such that L, M and N cut off equal intercepts AB, BC on P. Show that L, M and N cut off equal intercept DE and EF on Q also. Question കണ്ടിട്ട് ഒന്നും നോക്കാനില്ല. It's very simple question. Listen here please. And it is given that L, M and N are parallel. Okay, they are cut by the 2 transversal P and Q. Clear? And already given that equal intercept. Equal intercept means this much length is equal and that is AB is equal to BC. That is already given. We have to prove what D is equal to EF. That is our question. Clear? These 3 lines are parallel and then these 2 are transversal and then AB is equal to BC. That equal intercept means AB is equal to BC. We want to prove that D is equal to EF. Okay. For that purpose what we are doing is that joining A and F. Okay. And the cutting this point is marked as G. Clear? What we have to do is we have to join A to F and the point intersect which line? BE. BE is G. Okay, so we want to prove what? This DE is equal to EF. So to prove DE is equal to EF. Okay, for that did you notice 2 triangles there? What are the 2 triangles you can see? ACF. Did you see that? ACF. Then AFD. Did you see that? That means ADFC is a trapezium. In that trapezium that divides 2 triangles. How can we say that it is trapezium? Because these 2 lines are parallel, is it? In a quadrilateral, 1 pair of opposite sides are parallel. We can call it as trapezium. So this is trapezium and it cuts by a transversal. Okay, so we got two triangles and we want to prove that what these two triangles are, or we have to apply midpoint theorem or converse on this contest. And shall we start? Yes. So for that purpose, listen here, consider, first we have to consider this triangle, that is ACF. Consider triangle ACF. Okay, what is given? Already given B is a midpoint. Is it? Equal intercept, that means midpoint. So B is a midpoint. MDPT means midpoint. Okay, midpoint of AC. Okay, and already we got that M and N are parallel. Is it? If M and N are parallel, then means this much portion also parallel. Is it? So midpoint of AC and BG parallel to CF. These two lines are parallel. So what we can say? One midpoint and parallelism are given. That means yes, G is the midpoint of which line? Yeah, F. Clear? G is a midpoint of AF by converse of midpoint, converse of MPT, converse of midpoint theorem, by the converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, so hope you clear up to this. Shall we continue? Yes. So what we have done is B is a midpoint of AC and BG is parallel to CF. So we can say G is the midpoint of AF. So please write down up to this. Then we have to move to this triangle. So please, here can we say, how can we do? Yes, G is a midpoint of what? AF. Already we got. And this line and this line parallel. L and M are parallel. Is it? So these lines are parallel. So what we can say is a midpoint of DF. That means D is equal to F. That means only. Okay, so please write down this. So for that, next step is what? Consider triangle AFD. Okay, we already got G is a midpoint of AF. G is a midpoint of AF and GE parallel to AD. This line and this line are parallel. That is already good. So therefore, what we can write is a midpoint of DF. Reason was converse of midpoint theorem. Converse of midpoint theorem. Okay. Therefore, what we can write? DE is equal to AF. Hence, prove. Okay. This much only. So, please write down. Next, we will move to the exercise 8.2 fourth question. Okay. ABCD is a trapezium in which AB parallel to DC. So we got one trapezium. Okay, textbook figure is also there. ABCD is a trapezium in which what? AB parallel to DC. These two lines are parallel. Then BD is a diagonal. BD is a diagonal. So we draw the diagonal. BD is a diagonal. And E is a midpoint of AD. The midpoint, this will be the midpoint of AD. Okay. And a line drawn through E parallel to AB. So we have to draw a line which is parallel to AB. That means these two lines are parallel. Parallel to AB. Intersecting BC. Intersecting BC at the point. That means this point is F. Show that F is a midpoint of BC. Can you say F is, we want to prove F is the midpoint of BC. So, which theorem we are applying? Midpoint or converse? I already said to you. Which theorem? Is converse of midpoint theorem. So, how will you prove it is a what? How will you prove F is the midpoint of BC? So, shall we start? So, first of all, which triangle we have to consider? Yes, A, D, B. We already done in the previous example. Is it same thing? Yeah. There we are given 3 lines and 2 transversal, but here that is not. Need only diagonal is given. That is only difference between this question and the previous question. Shall we start? Yes. So listen here, please. So we have to consider and we have to mark this point. Is it? Mark this as there we are discussing G0. So P or any variable you can use. So we have to consider which triangle? Consider triangle ADB. ADB. So what we can say? E is a midpoint of which side? Is a midpoint of AD, and what we got? EF or EP. EP is parallel to AB. So what we can write? P is a midpoint of BD. How we can say that? By converse of midpoint theorem. Okay. Then what we can do? So can you say yes, this triangle. So consider triangle BCD. BCD, this triangle. Can you say yes? Same thing. P is a midpoint of what? BD. And which are the lines parallel? PF parallel to DC. PF parallel to DC. So what we can say? F is a midpoint of BC. That's the question, is it? Want to prove F is a midpoint of BC. So where can write? By CMT. CMT means converse of midpoint theorem. Sorry, CMT. Converse of midpoint theorem. This much only. Okay. So please write down. Okay. So the next question is exercise 8.2, fifth question. The question is this. In a parallelogram ABCD, already we drawn the figure. ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of the two sides AB and CD respectively. That is, E is a midpoint of AB and F is a midpoint of DC. Show that the line segment AF and EC, that is this line AF and EC or CE, what trisect the diagonal BD. Trisect the diagonal BD means what we have to prove? We have to prove DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. These three parts are equal. That we have to prove. That means to prove what? DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. This thing we have to prove. Okay. For that purpose, what we are doing is that first we have to say this one. That is AECF is a parallelogram. So how can we prove that is a parallelogram? Shall we start? Yes. We already know AB is parallel to DC. Why? And AB is equal to DC. How can we say that? Because we already given the question ABC is a parallelogram. So we can say that opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay. I am taking the half on both sides. That means half AB parallel to half DC. And here also I am taking half. Half AB is equal to half DC. Okay, half AB means what? AB the half. That means you can either take AE or AB. But we have to prove this is a parallelogram. So I am taking AE. So AE parallel to half of DC means either you can take DF or FC. So here I am taking FC. Okay, and half AB is already we know AE is equal to FC. So that means this side is equal to this one. And they are also parallel. So we can say what is the parallelogram. Okay. So therefore, AECF is a parallelogram. So first part. So please write down up to this AE. Please write down. Okay. So we got AECF is a parallelogram. Okay, now we have to consider two triangles. Okay, so consider triangle APB. Okay, APB, this triangle. Okay, you already know E is the midpoint of AB. That is given in the question. And now we got EQ is parallel to AP. Is it? Then we can say Q is the midpoint of BP. Clear? That means, and then E and AB midpoint. So we can write E is a midpoint of which line? AB. And what we got now in the previous section, that is a parallelogram, is it? So part will be also equal. So what we can write? EQ parallel to AB being a parallelogram. Okay. Therefore what we can say? Q is a midpoint of what? BP. By what theorem? Converse of midpoint theorem. So we got Q is a, that means Q is the midpoint of BC means what that is PQ is equal to QB, equation number 1. Hope you clear this. So second part also like this, we are considering one more triangle. So consider triangle, this triangle DQC, this big triangle DQC. In that triangle what we can say DQC, F is a midpoint, is it? So F is a midpoint of which line? DC and parallel. So that means this line is parallel to this line, means this small portion also parallel to this one, and PF parallel to QC. Then what we can say? Then we can say P is a midpoint of DQ. Reason? Converse of midpoint theorem. That means what we can say, midpoint means what? DP is equal to PQ, equation number 2. So please write down up to this. Okay, so we got the equation 1 and 2. So can we combine this? That is PQ equal to what? QB. Okay, and also PQ is equal to what? DP. Also PQ is equal to DP. So we can combine these two. So what we can write? PQ is equal to QB is equal to DP. Okay, അതായത് കഴിഞ്ഞ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിലെല്ലാം PQ BQ സെയിം ആയതുകൊണ്ട് QB is equal to DP ഇത്രയും മാത്രമേ എഴുതിയുള്ളൂ. ബട്ട് നമ്മുടെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യനിൽ എന്താ ട്രൈസെക്ട് ചെയ്യുമെന്നാണ് പറഞ്ഞേക്കുന്നത് അല്ലെ. ട്രൈസെക്ട് മീൻസ് 3 ഈക്വൽ പാർട്സ് ആവണം. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ PQ കൂടെ എഴുതണം. അതായത് ഈ ഒരു പോർഷനും ഈക്വൽ ആണ്. പിന്നെന്താണ് കിട്ടിയത്? ഇതും ഈക്വൽ ആണ്. ഈ ഒരു പോർഷനും ഈക്വൽ ആണെങ്കിൽ എല്ലാം ഈക്വൽ ആയിരിക്കില്ലേ. അതായത് PQ is equal to QB is equal to DP. Hence the proof. So please write down these 3 steps also. Okay, so shall we start? The next question is exercise 8.2, 7th question. The question is this: ABC is a right angle triangle. Right angle, that is C. So we need one right triangle. Okay, right angle, that's C. So you can write A here and B here, wherever you can write. Okay, and then a line through the midpoint M of the hypotenuse AB. So AB is the hypotenuse, and here this is the midpoint. M is the midpoint of this hypotenuse, and then what? Parallel to BC. Intersect AC at D. So here one point is there, D, and that line is parallel. Okay, so we want to show 3 things. What is that? D is the midpoint of AC. First thing is what? D is the midpoint of AC. This thing you have to prove. So how can we say? Can you say? Yes, simple one. Is it? M is the midpoint of AB and these 2 lines are parallel. So by the converse what we can say? D is the midpoint of AC. That much only. So please write on. M is the midpoint of what? AB and these lines are parallel. Is it? So DM parallel to CB. Then what we can say? D is the midpoint of AC by what? Converse of midpoint theorem. That much only the first portion. Second one is what? MD parallel to AC. Second one we have to prove. Okay, second thing what we have to prove? Second one we have to prove MD is what? Perpendicular to AC. This thing we have to prove. Okay, for the purpose, listen here. These 2 lines are parallel. Is it? We are given that MD is parallel to BC. These 2 lines are parallel. And what is the transversal AD or DC is a transversal, you can write. DC, oh sorry, AD, AC we can write. Okay, AC is a transversal. So I'll mark this as angle 1 and this as angle 2. Okay, what are these 2 angles? They are corresponding angles, is it? So angle 1 will be equal to angle 2. Reason what? Corresponding angles. Reason is corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are equal, that you already know, is it? And if angle 2 is equal to 90 degrees, so what about angle 1? That is also 90 degree. Therefore, what we can write? Angle 2 is angle 1 is equal to 90 degree. Reason is angle 2 is equal to 90 degree. അതായത് 90 degree ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ഇത് 90 degree ആണ്. Reason is they are corresponding angles. Okay. Therefore, what we can say? MD is perpendicular to AC. Perpendicular means the angle is 90 degree only. Okay. So please write on the second part. So now we have to prove CM is equal to MA is equal to half AB. That is the only part we have to prove. Okay. For that purpose, we have to prove. What we have done is we have to just draw a line like this. That is MC. Okay. Here CM is there. So we join this. So we got two triangles. Is it? So what are the two triangles? Triangle ADM and triangle which triangle? CMD or CDM. So CDM, two triangles we got. So here we are going to apply the congruence. So how can we apply the congruence? Listen here please. We already know D is the midpoint of AC. So we can write AD is equal to what? AD is equal to DC. That is here AD and this triangle DC. And one common side is there, is it? So we can write MD is equal to MD. That is common. And here we can say that what? D is a midpoint. D is a midpoint. So two conditions we got. Then you already know this is 90 degree. We already proved the previous section or previous, that is from the second part. So this will be equal to 90 because they are linear pair, is it? So what we can write? So already this has marked as 1 and I mark this as 3. Okay. So angle 1 is equal to angle 3. That means 90 degree. So which congruence rule? This one is SAS. Okay. SAS congruence rule. These two triangles are congruent. So we can write triangle ADM congruent to triangle. Which triangle? CDM. By which rule? SAS rule. So these two triangles are congruent. Okay. If they are congruent, the corresponding parts are equal. Is it? So we can write what? AM is equal to. So therefore AM is equal to what? MC. That is this part we already proved. Okay. And already we know what? M is the midpoint of AB. Already we said. So if M is the midpoint of AB, then what we can write? So please write down up to this, then I will say. Otherwise confusion for you. So please write down this much thing and then I will write the remaining part. So please write down. Okay, listen here. We already know M is a midpoint, is it? So we can write AB is equal to what? AM plus MB, is it? AB is equal to AM plus MB. So we can replace MB by AM because they are equal. So that is AM plus AM. Reason? AM is equal to BM or MB. Okay. So that is equal to 2 times AM. So AM can be written as what? AM is equal to, from this to move to this side means 1 by 2. So 1 by 2 then AB. Previously we got AM is equal to MC. Now we got AM is equal to half AB. So combining these two. Okay, I will mark A because I will forget if we write any equation number. So I will write A and B. So from A and B what we can write? From A and B, that is just giving the equation number only. AM. So these are equal. So MC is equal to half AB you can write, and that much is equal to what? AM. Because we want to prove that. Is it? So from A and B what we can write? AB is equal to, AM is equal to half AB, that is equal to MC. Hence the proof. So this much thing only. So please write down. Please write down. Then we will move to the exercise 8.2 6th question. The homework question only. The previous class homework question. So just I am explaining that only. Okay. Not the, I will not write all the steps but just explaining how to do that. Okay. If anyone have not, just go through this. So show that the line segment join the midpoint of opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. So here we need one quadrilateral. So I am drawing one quadrilateral. And I will name it as, already we are giving the name ABCD, is it? I name it as ABCD. And the line segment joining what? The midpoints of opposite sides of a quadrilateral. So we need the opposite sides. So I mark this as P and this as Q, and here also this as R and this as S. Okay, line segment join the opposite side, that means this one and this one, and this one and this one. Okay, then what we got? Opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Bisect each other means what? It divides equally. So for that purpose, we are joining this one, and like this. Okay, so here we want to prove this one is a parallelogram. Clear? That is our question. Not the square, just a quadrilateral I draw. Okay, so listen here please. For proving this, what we have done is just drawing the diagonal. Join AC. Okay, join AC. So we got two triangles. Is it? What are the two triangles you got? ADC, this triangle, and ABC, this triangle. Here R and Q are the midpoints of the AD and DC, that you already know. So what we can write mid, then if they are midpoint, then this line is parallel to this line. Is it? So we can write RQ parallel to AC, and also RQ is equal to what? Half AC, that you can write. Equation number 1. Similarly, what we can say, P and S are the midpoints of AB and BC, and PS is what? Parallel to AC. So PS will be equal to what? Half AC. Equation number 2. Clear? Then what we can say, RQ is parallel to AC, PS is parallel to AC. That means both are parallel to AC. That means from these two, what we can write? RQ is parallel to PS. That is RQ is these two lines are parallel. From this, what we can say? Here half AC, here also half AC. They can be equal. So what we can write? And also RQ is equal to PS. So same lines, parallel and equal. So that we can say that is a parallelogram. Okay. So what the we already know the parallelogram. The diagonals bisect each other. So we can prove that concept. I only want to prove that what is the parallelogram. That we already done in the previous questions. This is not the converse, only homework questions. If anyone have not, just go through it. Okay, that's why I am explaining this. So that's the end of this chapter. I will not give you any additional questions from this chapter. Only one more questions I will give, that after, before the exam, or the after, when I say I will give you. Okay, next week I will put in the WhatsApp the questions based on, or one more questions based on this section. Okay, so next day, Monday, we will start with the probability section, and after that construction we are going. There is construction. I will give you not in the board, then hand method I will give you. Okay, I think that is easy for you. Then only you can understand how to draw, how to put the compass and all things. Okay, so that I will give you as video without me. That's better, is it? Yes. So hope you all are fine and stay safe in your home itself. Take care of your health. Don't use mobile too many times or so many times. Just mobile ആണ് ഒരു ഇലക്ട്രോണിക് ഉപകരണമാണ്, അത് ചൂടാകും, പൊട്ടിത്തെറിക്കും എന്നൊരു വിചാരത്തോടുകൂടി മൊബൈലിനെ സമീപിക്കുക. ഓക്കെ, സോ നോട്ട് ടേക്കിംഗ് ഓൾ ദ ടൈംസ്, ജസ്റ്റ് keep a distance between. Distance means sometimes you can off or off not put down your mobile phone. Okay, this side and do your activities. Okay, thank you. See you in the next class. Bye.